Least of which was because we're both big Boston sports teams, but I think it was also because this is the town that we both love. This is a place we like to walk around in, and I know David grew up here riding his bike around town and so forth. I'd like to add one little thing. It's a bike walk challenge, I think is how it's described, if I'm not mistaken. Bike walk and ride. I think we should also say paddle, because what I'm waiting for is when some of our employees can commute from some of the new development that's happening over there, or some of the stuff down there, or even further. And we have 5 paddle boards and canoes, if I'm not mistaken, downstairs that our employees can take out at lunch if they want to do that.
Wow.
But I'm waiting for the time, and I'm waiting for the time when I hear that we're winning this award for innovation next year, because we've got the most folks who are paddling to work, which the last I checked was also a clean issue. So, and underutilized, exactly. So I'm going to welcome Janie Katz-Christie, who is going to talk to you about the program, give out some awards. And again, thank you for letting us be a part of this today, Janie.
Thank you. So I just want to note how some minds and some great minds think alike.
All right.
So, this is a paddler.
Oh, it is? How'd you know that? We didn't even plan that. You was that?
He could ski to work too.
Oh, ski to work too. Well, that was done a lot this winter. Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thanks
Great
so
to meet
much.
you.
Have fun today. I gotta go
So-
back upstairs, but I'm gonna come back.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. So welcome everybody. We are thrilled to have you here. I'm Janie Katz-Christie, and I don't think I've met everybody here, but it's just really great to see you all. So I am the director of Green Streets, and this is our 3rd annual Walk, Ride Day Corporate Challenge Awards event and kickoff for the next year. So yeah, it's very, very exciting.
Yay!
And we're going to celebrate some amazing work that we've been doing and some work that you've been doing. So yeah, thank you to Enernoc, thank you to Danielle for pulling together this beautiful event. There are many others who wish they could be here. I'm going to tell you about our agenda first. I'll just share a few brief thoughts, and then I'll introduce our board members who are here. And then Tilly Pick, who is one of our board members, will talk about some of the projects that we've been working on and what you'll be seeing about our collective vision as we move on. And then I will be welcoming up our esteemed awards presenters to say a few words and to make to give an award to a company in each of our size categories. So the formal part of our program will end around 5, and we can socialize here for a little bit after that. For those of you who don't know, Walk Ride Day was created in 2006 in Cambridge as a way to make streets safer, communities livelier, and our world more sustainable for our children and, I hope, grandchildren. As my 8th grade son said this morning, humans are driving our own extinction, and we really want to turn that around. I also want to say that we hear you. Tilly will talk more about that, but we want you to know that we really appreciate the very useful feedback that you give us, so please keep it coming. We're building this movement together with you, and we're really excited to be doing it together with you. So now I'll introduce our board members and volunteers. So you can feel free to talk to them about any thoughts you have. Tilly Pick is over here. Jen Rappaport, can you stand up, Jen? Patty Nolan. And I think Christine Ellersig is not here. I haven't seen her. And we have a departing board member, Helen Silver. So you can say goodbye to Helen. And our volunteer, so we really have, is Laura Smeaton up here? She's in the way back. So she's she's a volunteer with everyone. She's our volunteer and a mouse bike volunteer. and a bike trainer, by the way. I'm always trying to sell people on bringing a trainer into your workplaces to train. I mean, it's to train everybody, but she has done some beautiful presentations on teaching women about urban cycling. So I highly recommend talking to Laura. So with that, I will turn this over to Tilly.
Thank you, Janie. Janie, quick question. When did you start all of this? 2006. So how many years is that? 9 years? So I'm really excited to be here with all of you, but especially her, because she started this crazy thing a long time ago, and she keeps at it every year, and it keeps growing, and it keeps getting bigger and better. And so I think she needs a little round of applause from you. I had written a bunch of stuff, but then I'm skipping it because I want to show you something. We, this year, and some of you know about this, we did a survey of all of the coordinators of the companies that participated. 32 of them responded to the survey. Then we reached out to all of the participants in the actual Walk Ride Day Corporate Challenge and got their feedback, and about 1,200 responded. If anybody here knows how to do market research, that's a lot of people responding and caring about this stuff. What we are doing with that information is we are informing how we approach this year. So while in this particular award ceremony, we're going to talk about participation levels, what you're going to see moving forward is us integrating health impact and the environmental impact, and hopefully, with your help, raising the bar with participants, with organizations to do even better. Some of the numbers are really good. We're growing our participation levels. I'll give you some of them real quick. We doubled participation from last year. We had 6,185 unique users. They checked in 15,397 times. So right there you can do the math. Not everybody checked in all 7 months. So we're missing some information that can help us get better. The other thing we just did is, through a little bit of math, we looked at commuters that are already paddling, biking. So they're already green commuters, and they're going, I love this, what you're doing, but why, like, where is this all leading? So we calculated the impact that they're having. First, we have 89% of participants that are already participating as green commuters. Their carbon footprint savings, I should say, is 280,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide. That's 60 cars. Can it be more? Absolutely. Do we have full participation in all the organizations? Yeah, we could get more participation. So we can definitely document it. Why document it? So that we kick up some dust, we create a groundswell, we get other people to pay attention and actually try it out too. It would be nice to have a lot of people paddle. Right? The next thing we did is, now we know that a lot of people are already doing this, right? What's the incrementality that we're bringing to this? It's good, it's growing. It's 10% in a nutshell. In terms of CO2 emissions, 17,000 kilograms. That's 4 cars. You can get better. In 7 days, yes, you're right. 224,000 calories. That's 822 hours in the gym. That's a lot, more than me. That's right. Then the other thing we did is we tried to look at, because this was the first year that we actually had these multiple legs, right?
Yeah.
So we looked at multiple leg, the choices people made as they were coming to work, right? And we took into account which of those shifts from a walk ride day versus a normal day were positive shifts. What was green, what was healthy, some was green and healthy, and we tried to calculate that. So these are just the changes on walk ride day. 2,100 positive shifts. These are check-ins out of 15,000. So 10%, a little over 10%. 1,801 greener shifts and 1,250 healthier shifts. All right? So you can tell there's a really positive story, which is why I raised my hand when she said, I need somebody on my board that helps with marketing, all that stuff. And it's a really great cause. I want to know real quick from 3 people, Why are you participating in this? Why are your companies doing this? What are you getting out of it? Any volunteers? Otherwise, I'll pick on you. Yeah, go ahead, sir, over here.
Yeah, hey, Malcolm Bliss from Next Step Living. I just want to say we're doing it because of a aligned mission. Next Step Living is about reducing carbon emissions. Green Streets is about, in many ways, reducing carbon emissions. We got very much aligned missions. It's reinforcing what we believe, and we hope we're reinforcing what you're encouraging too. So that's why we participate. We have more to do, like you said, but thanks to Green Streets for challenging us to do what we've done this year and to keep challenging us so we do more again next year. And we're welcome to do it all. And I like to do it as a community, thanks to Green Streets.
That's awesome. Anybody else?
I'm with the Maury Gallo, Dean for Libertarian Universalist Association, and 2 reasons. I think one, most of the staff of the UUA, if they're not Unitarian Universalists, support the beliefs and principles, and the 7 principles suggest that taking care of this interdependent web that we all live in is important. And so I think that's one of the main reasons. And then most of us are green commuters, and we're a little competitive.
All right, I want one more. Otherwise, I'm going to pick on somebody. One more?
Pick on
Yeah, who do you want to pick on, Jeannie?
Michael Orr right here.
So I'm Mike from Lesley University. We have goals for carbon emission reduction, and it's a good way to engage our employees, and even our students. So we also do a mass commute challenge, bicycle challenge. It's at the end of May. So it kind of aligns really well with Walk/Ride Day. So we have all these different transportation initiatives. So this just is kind of the framework for how we do a lot of things.
Thank you much. All right, one last thing, Janie, and then I'll stop. I'm sorry. What you're seeing up here, thanks for the Dana-Farber team here that allowed us to show this report. Janie has historically prepared reports for the coordinators to help with their work. We took those reports and we added some of the metrics that we were talking about just now that we're going to be sharing with you electronically. We have a few examples here that you can take with you if you want. I'm going to click through real quick so you have a sense of what it is and why we're doing it. And then we definitely would like your input, right? So this is just the overview. In the report, we cover at a very high level what does Walk/Ride Day globally achieve. Quick sidebar on globally. Right now, we're mostly doing this in Boston. We have a couple of participating workplaces that are actually doing it outside of Boston. There's no reason in the world why this can't happen outside of Boston. Then what we do is we go a little bit deeper into very specific outcomes for the workplace. And then on the back end, we've provided some highlights from the research that we did. So here's what this looks like. And before I actually show you what this like, I wanted to pause on this because there's some really rich information that came back from the survey. If you can read them, I'll read them because some of you are a little far away. Walk/Ride Day provides a new social norm. It's a neat way to promote alternative modes of travel. It's how I can show my children that there are other ways to get around. Create statistics which help, which will lead to improved infrastructure. All of this is about a cause that we all believe in. We all come at it in slightly different ways, but which is great, right? So in terms of the report, we're all over the place, right? So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to report on the carbon dioxide footprint, the calories, right? Participation, how many unique users, what your shifts are, how you actually pattern over the course of the year. You see people kind of trailing off. Then we're going to give you some comparisons, right? Then after that, where you have sub-teams, we'll get into sub-teams for you. And then these are just the highlights from the survey. So all in all, we're hoping to give you a tool that you can use in your work inside your organizations because we suspect that you all use it a little bit differently. I'm excited to be here. I hope you are too. This year, let's make it even better. Let's bring these numbers up by a whole bunch. JD, thank you.
To do is to have a lot of this stuff. Some of the pictures, like the graph of the monthly check-ins, we're trying to have this be live and online so that when you check in, you can see your impact. you can see both your individual impact and then you can see the impact for your company as a whole. So I'm going to use the program and call on, we're going to go, let's see, we'll go in order. So Mike Duffy is going to come up and say a few words, and he's going to present the first awards for largest companies or workplaces, 2,000 staff or more.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Mike Duffy. I work with the law firm Roberta Wizard Weiner. We're located right here in Boston, down by the aquarium. We're a general business firm. We're helping Green Street's Walk Ride initiative with some of their IP work. We also do all kinds of representation of corporations and businesses at all phases of their life cycle, from starting up to being sold at the end of their long, successful existences. One of the questions that was asked to me was, why is this initiative in support of our corporate mission? And what I'd like to say about that is that we pride ourselves on being a savvy and nimble law firm that's highly attuned to the concerns of our community and of our clients. And while it's always been important to us, more and more increasingly, green initiatives, sustainability are becoming a central concern for our community, for our clients. And our job is, our work is to try to obtain some material success and advantage for our clients on the things that matter most to them. And that happens to line up pretty well with us. We are an organization with about 45 people right now. The vast majority of those folks use public transportation, and I think we can even do better, and that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to make the presentation to the award to the City of Cambridge.
Yay, Suzanne!
I'm so proud of my hometown. And I just want to thank Mike Duffy because I think it's small-sized companies have a new competitor. So watch out, because we're really thrilled to have RIW be a sponsor of ours. We're really looking forward to this, so thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Next, I would like. So now I'd like to call Sarah Finney Robinson, President Partner of Eastfire.
Hi, everybody, and thank you so much, Jamie, for organizing this, and to Tim, wherever he went, and to Danielle and everybody who makes Internoc such an amazing place to work. We founded WeSpire 5 years ago, and most of you probably know about it now. We've had this kind of crazy adoption rate. We got into the idea of providing a behavior change platform for sustainability, and quickly realized that this would really flourish in large organizations such as Internoc, and now such as Unilever, Disney, Sony, and other clients who we work with, just over here in the trendy leather district. What we do is we really support behavior change around sustainability. That means around recycling, it means around saving water, it means around reducing carbon emissions any which way. It could mean composting. The beauty of the technology, which is software as a service, otherwise known as SaaS, means that each one of our corporate clients can configure the platform with their own branding, their look and feel. If they want to launch a meditating sprint for 28 days, as Aveda did during the month of February, they can do that, and everyone's going around, namaste. The employees are engaged, is the bottom line, and when employees are engaged, that's good for everybody. It's good for the company, it's good for the bosses who are trying to get the people that jump out of bed in the morning and run into work or paddle into work. It's great for attracting and retaining the best talent. It's great for decrease in safety incidents. Look at all these construction sites over here. One of our happy clients is Suffolk Construction. We have guys in hard hats checking on their phone to get points for their team when they report a leaky faucet. Nothing short of a miracle as far as I'm concerned. And it's really just fabulous to be here. So we're really happy to be working with all of you, and really can't wait to get this prize out to whoever it is. Oh, wow. This is big. This is a big prize. This is a winner for hospitals and largest size companies by number of check-ins, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute.
Predecessor Sheila is going to come up and say, "No, we're really happy to be here and pleased to be able to accept this award."
I think a lot of participation came from just being able to contact our employees. We have a very large bike contingency at Dana-Farber. We have a bike committee, and so we have a lot of administrative support for commuting. Good for you guys. Congratulations.
Okay, now I would like to have the honor of calling out Nicole Friedman, Director of Boston Bikes.
Woo!
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm the Director of Bike Programs for the City of Boston. But I do actually care about those other modes up there. What are they? Walking and transit and all of that. And canoeing, which I think is fantastic. I am curious, since we had such an incredible winter, if there's anyone that went the entire winter commuting without getting in a car.
Ooh.
Excellent. And who walked every day? Yes, we had some walkers. Who was lucky enough to be able to take public transit every day? And did anyone bike every single day?
Whoa. You're either to be commended or you're nuts.
So, even though I run the bike programs for the city, all of that matters. And we know a couple things about cyclists in particular. Is there's no such thing as a cyclist. There are people that bike, and everyone that bikes, people that bike, they all take transit, they use the bus, they use the train, they all walk. So for us, we need every single option out there to increase the number of cyclists. And you guys need a great biking program to increase the number of options. But it's all about working together to have a full complement of options so that people will not be taking them out in their car. So for Boston Bikes, we've always had a great relationship with Jamie Katz-Christie and Walk Ride Days. And I still remember, it was 2007, actually before I had this job, I was working for the city of Boston, and Jamie called. She was describing this kind of strange thing, Walk Ride Days, and at the end of the call, I'm like, boy, that is brilliant, that is so great. I hope to God I don't have to do that. And the good thing was, she just did it. I was like, that sounds complicated, that's a lot of work. And it's great, the number of companies that have come on board. And when we look at the companies, we know that they are absolutely so critical to everything we do. Well over 3/4 of the trips taken by bike in Boston are to or from work or school. So it's all about getting to those institutions. And there's almost no better way to capture people than through the workplace. It is the best place to transform someone, get them out of their car, and get them out there walking, biking, and taking transit. So thank you. It is fantastic. We obviously love Walk Ride Days. This year we added a Bike Friday on April 24th, corresponding to Walk Ride Days. We've never had the first one. And in fact, we have our events Bike Fridays last Friday of the month, obviously because it is Walk Ride Day. And the other thing, we have a bike-friendly business program, and we always give points to companies that participate in Walk Ride Days. Because for us, it's about all of us working together. And that's all I want to say. And I'm excited to give an award to someone. I get a good one. The winner of the large size companies is Next Step Living.
Woo!
I just want to say thanks again to Green Streets for challenging us and supporting the development of greener ways of transporting. And to the question of what are we going to do next year to improve on what we've done, we're happy to have done this. We want to improve. We started up and chartered a sustainability team. We call it sustainability team. People or employees from across the company who come together to say how we can do better. And we're going to put in a bicycle maintenance facility at our place of work, so people get bicycle maintenance for all that.
Nicole raised an interesting date. So I don't know how many of you know this, but this was sort of my dream that on Walk Ride Day, the tea would be free. And guess what? The tea is free on the first Walk Ride Day of the Corporate Challenge. So on the April Walk Ride Day, it's a coincidence, but they're going to make up for all the problems that happened in the winter. And yeah.
With one.
But anyway, if they were going to pick a day to make the tea free, why not? So that's good for everyone to know for their own workplaces, that people can figure it out. They can take multiple modes of transportation, multiple legs of the T. So that's exciting. Thank you, Nicole. So we are happy to welcome Richard Fries as the new director of Mass Bike. So get on the next slide.
I just want to thank Jamie. She is obviously, there's a lot, 19 coffees in our future, because I really want to know what she's doing. This is amazing. Thank you for having me. I think it's so cool that we were talking about this area where Boston sort of had its back to this beautiful area. Now we're turning out to face it. I am a complete fraud as to why they chose me for this job. I've been at this job for 8 weeks, and I apologize that it took me 8 weeks to finally get Howie Carr to write a column pissed off about cyclists. So I must be doing something right finally, but it took me too long. So I'm really not that smart, but I've learned that if you listen to NPR, you can fake your way through, and you can impress people. And on NPR last year, they had this thing about employers. They asked 4,000 employees, what do you want the most from your job? And they were expecting compensation, benefits, vacation, the corner office, all sorts of things. And they tabulated all the results, 4,000 points, and it came back, number 1, I want to feel safe. Number 2, I want to feel like I belong. And number 3, I want to feel like I matter. They were blown away by this. So they extrapolated, they drilled down, they looked at it, and they were like, this doesn't make sense. We thought they wanted a lot more money. And it turns out that if you check off those 3 boxes, I feel safe, I belong, and I matter. If you check off those 3 boxes, people flourish, and they stay. Because I'm not that smart, I started to apply that to everything I do. And I do it, and then I started to look at that at transportation and how we look at things. And I thought of it yesterday because we were just down the street at this awesome company just a few doors over, 1 block over, called Digital Lumens. They started about 6 years ago with 5 people. Now they're up to 135 people in that place. They're an awesome Boston company, and they want to retain the best talent. They want these kids to not leave. And you got to remember, the conservatives want to talk about the job creators. Everything we do has to be about the job creators. Well, guess what? In Boston and in Massachusetts, the number 1 job creator we have is a 19-year-old sophomore. That's the kid that's creating those jobs. A 22-year-old medical student at Dana-Farber doing research. That's creating jobs. That's creating the most jobs we have. And 17% of those people are getting by bike. And so I ask you, do they feel safe? Do they feel like they belong? Do they feel like they matter? I'm thinking about this as we're going up the elevator of Digital Lumens. And I'm with staff, Lenka in the back, who's one of my staff members, and I have Lauren with me, and ding, the door opens up at Digital Lumens. And we had no idea why they asked us to have coffee and lunch. Ding. Now let me just stop there. I've been riding my bikes for 37 years. Every job I've ever had, I always said on the first day, where do I put my bike? Not, may I ride my bike? Where do I put my bike? And the employer, I have gotten changed in boiler rooms, down by the dumpster, in restaurants where my bike had to be locked up next to where the pig guy shows up, where the grease is dumped. Okay? Then think about what we do to accommodate motorists. Okay? Which is hugely expensive. Ding, digital lumens opens up. The first thing you see right down this corridor is about 15 bikes hanging on the wall. A work stand, a place to hang all your stuff. It's the first thing you see. That company is like, you are safe, you belong, and you matter. So to all of you that are here as employers, think about those 3 touch buttons as we go forward. And then when you think about it in public policy, when you think about it in, it's all about in your home, in your town. Think about that. I live in Lexington. People think, oh, it's a cycling nirvana, Lexington. Well, we have some guy in town that hates bikes. And he's put on every garbage can. Bicyclists must walk on the sidewalks. Of course we want to be nice. But do we have to have it on 70 garbage cans? Okay? So think about it. So going forward, I want to applaud all of the employees that are here, all of the people that are here doing this great stuff, because you guys are outliers right now, but you will be the mainstream. I was at the National Bike Summit, and on the last day, last week, I came downstairs discouraged because I felt, you know what, all this legislation it's not going to pass. And one guy just said, you got to think like the smoking debate 20, 30 years ago. They didn't quit. If you brought a pack of cigarettes into Congress and poured one out right now and said, mind if I light up? Think about that. Think if somebody tried to smoke in your office. What would happen now? Well, 30 years ago, the norm was, yeah, sure, have that. Okay, so stay at it. You guys are doing great things. Let's go to the awards. All right, congratulations. This is our large-size company by number of check-ins. I am so honored to be here. Thank you again. Takeda Pharmaceuticals International. There we go. Thanks for doing what you do. William Flatt.
On behalf of Takeda, we're glad we're part of this movement, so that's it.
Takeda pretty much started this because we were working with you guys just in-house, and then they said, you know, we really want to compete against some other companies. And so we thought, okay, and we did it. So thank you.
Thanks, Takeda.
Now, I'd like to invite up Julia Prang-Wallers. She's the Director of Mass Commute.
Hi, thank you so much. Thanks so much for reaching out to us today. I'm Julia Prang-Wallers. I'm the Executive Director of Mass Commute. Mass Commute is the statewide council of Transportation Management Associations, TMAs, if you will. We are working with over 300 businesses of all shapes and sizes in 39 municipalities across the state to do what most of you in this room are already doing what we're going to celebrate today, which is to provide options and incentives for green commuting. You know, green commuting is so important, as we all know, not just on the personal level for saving people time and stress and hassle and money, but also on a statewide level of meeting the goals that we've set for, you know, 30% mode shift and reducing GHGs, traffic congestion, the Healthy Transportation Compact. So these are all things that our teammates are doing. We actually have the Seaport TMA just right down the street, and we're so happy to work with a lot of the employers here in this room. As one of the fellows mentions here, we do put on 3 signature events every year. The Eco Awards actually are just next week. It's kind of a breakfast celebration version of what we're doing today, of recognizing employers like many of yourselves who are going above and beyond to give people that reason to try another way. You know, a lot of times it's not about availability, but just it's a behavior thing, it's a mental thing. You know, try transit, try walking. Here, we'll give you a cookie if you do. Once you do, hey, it's not so bad, and maybe they'll even stick with it. So we really look forward to working with Green Streets, and we work together with Mass Rides to do what we all want to do, which is improve options and availability for the green commute. So, also the Mass Commute Bicycle Challenge, that's part of Bay State Bike Week in May, so save the date for that. Anyway, without further ado, I will make the award for the winner of the medium-sized companies and travel, tourism, and development companies to ACIS Educational Tours.
I'm not with ACIS and something I didn't happen.
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to call up, what you talked about giving away cookies. We give away Cliff Bars. Is Susan Sherwin still here? Yes. Oh, great, cool.
Hi, I'm Susan Sherwin from Cliff Bar and Company. And I don't know how many of you know the Cliff Bar origin story. It's on the back of every Cliff Bar. But we were born on a bike. Back in 1990, our founder and owner, Gary Erickson, was halfway through a 175-mile ride. He couldn't choke down the other energy bar that was out there at the time. And he said, I can do better than that. And that was his epiphany. He created the Cliff Bar, and here we are 25 years later. So green commuting and being on a bike is part of Cliff Bar's DNA. It's part of our heritage. And when we think about what the future is going to look like, besides Cliff Bars and everybody's pantry, it really is that idea, like Richard was saying, it's this idea that people should feel safe and empowered and excited about getting out on their bikes or paddling or walking, and whether that's for commuting or for fun or to support the environment, that everybody should feel that they have access to that. So that's why, one of the reasons, that's why Cliff Bar works the way that we work, with our sustainability programs and our national bike initiatives and lobbying efforts and supporting safe routes to school. And that's why we're here today, because you all are the change agents. You're all making it happen, and we want to be able to support you however we can. So we are very excited to be a part of the 2015 Walk Ride Corporate Challenge. Thank you for inviting us back. We're going to keep you all incredibly well fed with a brand new product. If there's anything Cliff Bar can ever do for you, or you want to find out about us, please find me and talk to me. And now on to the important stuff, on to the award.
I just want to add, for those of you who don't know, Cliff Bar has been supplying all of the competitors with Cliff Bars to reward their staff who check in, so we really appreciate that. And I believe no one's here from Unitarian Universalist Association. I think she left.
Yeah.
So we're going to speed this up. And
Okay, it is my pleasure to announce the winner for small-sized companies and architecture and engineering firms, Bennett McCready Architecture.
I just want to say thank you on behalf of Bennett McCready Architecture. Thank you to Green Streets. We love the initiative. And look forward to 2015.
now I'd like to call up Carl Spector. He's the director for the City of Boston of the Climate and Environmental Planning Department.
Great, thank you, Jamie. It's great to be here, and since I'm the last one, I'll try to be fast. The City of Boston, Mayor Walsh released our new climate action plan just 2 months ago. We have very aggressive greenhouse gas reduction goals to reduce our greenhouse gas reductions 25% by 2020, 30% by 2050.
Yeah.
And transportation accounts for about 25% of greenhouse gas emissions in Boston. So the work that Green Streets is doing, that you're all doing, is vitally important and essential for us to reach our goals. We can't, the City of Boston can't do this just by regulation or by imposition or by fiat. It relies on the active participation and the outstanding effort of people who live and work here, of the businesses and institutions that are here in Boston. And I think that we're showing through the work that we're doing now and for the past several years that climate action is good for the individuals, it's good for the community, and it's good for the businesses and institutions that are located here. So let me just not stand in the way of more socializing. Get right to the awards. This is the winner of the small size company by number of check-ins, HMFH Architects.
say that the main reason we did this is because we're a design firm and we think sustainably, our projects are sustainable. That is a good reason. Another really important reason why we did this is we're a firm in Central Square. We have no excuse between the red line and the buses, and a lot of us are walkers. We have no excuse to be able to meet this challenge. The third reason that is also a really good reason to be doing this is because it's a great office community building thing. But the really main reason why we did it is because she's competitive. It's you, apparently. So it's been fun. It's been fun, and we'll keep doing it. Thank you.
Before you leave, I would love to know if you think that the city of Boston might compete in this year.
Whoa!
On the spot, but I wouldn't make a commitment like that without consulting with the mayor. So.
We hope to hear from you soon. We'd love to have you be part of it. So, thank you very much. We have other winners, but I do know that people want to move on. But let me just read their names out because it's very impressive. Actually, you have it on your
Program.
You have it in these handouts. So if you're, I think I will let everyone socialize and talk. So if you've already registered for the challenge this year, we have beautiful posters that we're happy to give you. And if you haven't registered yet, but you are going to, come get a poster too. And we have awards for the companies who did win awards, who are listed on the award sheet. Except we don't have awards for people on the last page, but you have to know that you did great jobs, and we're looking for increased success. We do also have a few reports here for HMFH, ACES, and Bennett and Creedy Architects, and we have another one that other people can look at if you want to. So thank you so much, and let's have a really exciting year. And I want to hear what I want people to aim for 100%. There's no reason to participate in Wild Ride Day, so go for it. Thank you so much.